I'm Edward Kelsey Moore, and I am an author. I wrote the novel The Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat, and I'm also a cellist. It's occasionally these days, but that's kind of it. That's what I do now. Everything in my life is related to music. I've been a musician since I was a child, and I can't separate music from any aspect of my life. And I can't say that I really want to. I felt, as I was writing this novel, that I needed structure. I ended up thinking, okay, if I look at this as a symphony movement, then can I sort of sort this out in a way that will make more sense to me as I proceed? And that's what I did. I looked at it as a symphony movement, a sonata form, and here are my themes. Here's my variations on those themes. Here's the conflict. Here's the change of key, and the development of these themes and the resolution. And I looked at that for each of the characters, and some of those things are on a bigger scale and some are on a smaller scale. But essentially, that was what I tried to do with it. And of course, after that, things changed. But in terms of just getting through a draft of the book, I needed that to help me. Also, I read absolutely everything that I write aloud. I have to hear it. And I think that is partly because, things make sense to me in that way. I did not come of age with the computer. So to me, writing, the first thing I write has to be by hand. I don't have the same connection with a keyboard that I do with a pencil. I write on index cards every scene of the book, and then I type those up, and so it goes chapter by chapter, scene by scene, and then and then because they're on cards, if I realize, oh, this has to come earlier, I can shuffle the cards and the whole thing. It's I find it's the only way I can really keep track of things. I did it for the first book, and I'm doing it for this book also. The first memory of my entire life was as a memory of being in the Indianapolis Public Library. And I remember going there to get my first library card. And that's the first thing that I clearly remember. And it was such a big part of my life, the whole, going to the library and getting books. It was just a given that I was always going to be a reader. And before I could read, it was a big given. And even back then, I just always thought, well, one of these days, I'm going to write a book. And it just seemed, just because I thought it seemed like the coolest thing. And it's a very, looking back on that, it's an incredibly nerdy little thing to fantasize about for a child. But I just thought it was a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. And I think I wanted to be a writer certainly before I wanted to be a musician. Before I had any notion of what a cello was, I wanted to be a writer. And it just took me, a few decades to get around to actually writing something.